It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. It is the 18th of September in the year of our Lord 2025. Season 16, episode 13, 734 times you have been welcome to the Clubhouse Podcast, our one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse Podcast, and if you see the title of the show, we have a special guest. We'll introduce him momentarily as he waves at you. That way from me. Actually, I have to do it this way now. He is my co-host and a man who looks a lot better rested than he did last time we got together. He is Alex.
Well, I would have to be because I actually got to sleep for the first time in what felt like 3 weeks.
Don out on assignment tonight, but joining me here at Stately Irvin Manor is a man I have known almost half my life. And over that for him because he's significantly younger than me. He is the owner and proprietor of Found One Apparel. As you see me very cleverly modeling tonight, the shirt that makes people at my church go crazy because it's a 3D image. Brent Peeples, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Good to have you. We're trying to get this together for months.
I know.
And we finally got it together. You were out at Grandscape on Sunday. We'll talk more about that later because we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to dive right in with our NCAA recap from last week. I'm not far away from selling my collegiate alliance to the highest bidder.
I feel like that is a South Florida thing, unless you went to the U, because then you don't have a soul to sell.
They haven't earned that name yet back. Win something. Indiana.
They won a Heisman last year. I'm giving it to them.
I'm just saying. Indiana, who Booger McFarland says is involved in the best college game of the weekend this weekend as they take on Illinois. They put 73-0 on the Indiana State. When you're the Sycamores, what are we doing?
I'm still shocked they're not just the Indiana State Larry Birds at this point.
Like, it's Sycamores. Like, those helmets look cool, but you're a tree.
Literally, all they have going for them is Larry Bird. And
if you're not Stanford, don't be a tree. That's the list. Alabama 38-14 over Badger. Oregon wins again by 20. Georgia Tech squeaks one out against Clemson. Boy, it's amazing how quickly your seat can get hot when you've got, 12 straight winning seasons.
Yeah, but at that same time, this was one of those games where Georgia Tech was actually expected to put up a fight, not necessarily win, but both teams were ranked. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just the fact that Clemson's gotten too used to winning and they don't have the same recruiting because they refuse to pay players.
Oklahoma womps on Temple. Michigan by 60 over Central Michigan. Auburn squeaks one out against South Alabama. The Région Cajuns. Oh, there's Mike. Hi, Mike. We always enjoy having you, sir. Getting you guys up there. Missouri just beats them by like 6 touchdowns. Georgia squeaks one out against Tennessee in a game that Alex and I were kind of watching a blind eye on because we were at the Rough Riders game and kind of poking our heads in the saloon just to see what was going on there. In overtime, Penn State wins big 52-6. Tech over Oregon State. Arkansas State. Not a bad when you can only, get beat by a ranked team by 8. It's 24-16 to Iowa State. Ole Miss all over Arkansas. Oh, South Florida. and I said this last week. There's no way we win this game.
No. You were very adamant about enjoying the wins, but expecting the crash.
It's like we won 2 games. I wasn't counting either one of them really. And I knew that Miami was going to womp on us. And Steven, to his credit, did not reach out to me after the game because if he had, he would have got the same thing he did to me last year. When he was like, the U, and I was like, never heard of him.
Yeah.
He would have gotten that again. Texas over UTEP by 17. Ohio State still remains on top. Aggies over Notre Dame in another great game up there. LSU beats Florida in a very boring game, 20-10. Vandy's ranked. This is the world I live in.
I love this. Vandy, I believe Vandy is the only undefeated SEC team at this point.
Did I ever say I once had a boss that went to Vandy? And he said that when they were at the football games, their chant was, "You may have won the game today, but you'll all work for us someday."
Yep.
Yeah. He always talked about how you went to an Ivy League school. I'm like, dude, you're in the SEC. Let's.
You can claim Harvard to the South all you want, but.
And Utah all over Wyoming. It was announced earlier today that the NCAA is going to go to a single transfer portal, but they have not said when.
Okay.
And I agree with Tony Kornheiser. Just make it after the national championship game.
Absolutely. That has to be it.
1. Just round up to February 1. So that way, when you put 29 more bowls in this thing, then you've got room. That's all I'm saying. Go to the NFL. Last Friday night, Green Bay giving 3, didn't need it as they win 27-18 over the Washington football team. I'm not using that name because I don't have to. Baltimore, Cleveland, that just got out of control quickly, as we all said it would. Seattle, sometimes our theories work and sometimes they don't.
You know what? It's actually been pretty backwards this year for my Norm, and I will own that. I have been getting hammered.
But I buy into it for Brett, for your benefit. Seattle goes to Pittsburgh last week.
Okay.
Our theory on this show is when a West Coast team has to go to the East Coast and play the early game, they're at a disadvantage.
Right.
Pittsburgh was giving them 3.5 points and still lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but there was a clear defining moment in that game. Pittsburgh was winning, and then rookie Caleb Johnson forgot the kickoff rules.
No, that happens to you.
Well, but you saw this play, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it just hops up to him, hits his hands, and he's like, oh, it's going to go out of the end zone behind me. It doesn't. And the entire return team is just running off the field, but Seattle does their job running down, covers it for a touchdown, and that was when everything turned.
Buffalo beats the Jets by 20. I think they'll do a little bit better tonight, but we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yes, we will.
San Francisco giving 3, and they don't need it because they beat New Orleans by 5.
Mac Jones.
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting Prime Video queued up here. New England, God, that New England Miami game was atrocious to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I can't. I can't.
The worst part about it was a clearly defined situation of two teams who aren't good, but you can see New England working on things and Miami working against things.
And we'll talk more about that here in a minute because we are getting ready to fire up. And remember, kids, Thursday Night Football on Prime's back, which means what, Alex?
You're going to have to lead me better than that. I don't know what you're
Prime Vision, baby.
Oh, yes. I already got that.
Prime Vision's back. If you've never watched a game in Prime Vision, it's awesome. It's like watching Madden.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of the coolest stuff you'll ever see. That's what I've got queued up on the TV right now. Let's see. The Rams giving 5.5. Don't need them. Beat LA by 2 touchdowns. Detroit sucks to have the under as they beat Chicago 52-21, and they were giving them 15 and still covered. I believe I did have that, by the way.
Well, I believe we all had that. But at that same point, you saw the push pin board note on that one, did you?
Go ahead.
Allegedly, Ben Johnson, when he left Detroit to go to Chicago, did not exactly leave on great terms, and the players were motivated as if they needed more than their paycheck. But if you watch the end of it, Ben Johnson goes, does the handshake with Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell says something to him. Don't know if it was what it was, but Ben Johnson immediately just goes off the field. I'm not greeting any players. I am gone.
MCDC was probably like, it's probably best you get back to the locker
well,
room.
He did cover his mouth, so there might have been something in that statement.
Dallas and the Giants go to overtime.
Wow.
Remember a time where if you kicked a 45-yard field goal, you were the greatest thing that's ever walked the earth, and Brandon Aubrey's drilling 64-yarders and probably
like it's nothing.
70.
I want to see a kicking competition to see who can kick it the furthest through, but you get 3 strikes. That's it. And I want to see how far these guys can go.
After week 2, I dare the Cowboys not to name him their MVP. I
absolutely.
dare you. I mean, that guy just drilled. Like, I'm at band practice because we have band practice on Sundays, and I've got Red Zone on my phone while we're at rehearsal, and I'm just like, my bandmates were like, oh, what happened? You know,
but I love that we're still getting run out of this story where he was and I'm going to use the term a little bit more strongly, a failed soccer player. And his wife was just looking at it and going, I think you could do this. And he goes, let me go kick a football. Next thing you know, he's the best kicker on the planet. Who knew?
That's hilarious.
That's a true story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And basically saved the Cowboys on Sunday twice.
Wow.
Got it to overtime and then kicked the winning field goal.
I would argue that Russell Wilson helped save the Cowboys.
Well, but you know what? I saw Russell taking some decent shots downfield.
He was just chucking it up. He wasn't doing anything quarterback, but he was just chucking it.
I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. I am not as hard on your team as you are. I'm not saying they're going to win the whole thing. I just think they're better than you think they are.
Oh, I will take that bet 10 times out of 10 because I've watched Russell Wilson play for years.
I didn't say I was putting money on it.
Oh, no. I'm saying Russell Wilson's entire success at this point and yardage from last week, almost setting a career high, was him basically doing his best Eli, dropping back, closing his eyes, and saying, F it, somebody's there.
In a how the heck do they know game.
Yeah.
Cincinnati giving Jacksonville 3.5, and they win by 4.
That was ridiculous.
That was absolutely ridiculous. Destroyed a lot of lives.
Jacksonville was stomping them while Joe Burrow was in the game. And I don't know, maybe his teammates hate Joe Burrow. You have come quick to talk down on his confidence.
Well,
or cockiness, depending on your angle.
He's out the rest of the regular season.
That was not confirmed. They said it was up to 3 months, but he did have surgery. They don't know if he'll be back during, but they're probably going to shut him down if the Bengals don't learn how to play defense outside
my thing
of
is
Trey Hendrickson.
3 months, that's December, round up.
Yeah. Well, I dropped him in the league.
If there's no chance of them going to, I'm not even saying going to the playoffs, going deep into play.
Yeah. When you have one good defender, you're not stopping anybody.
Arizona gives 7, but only win by 5 over Carolina in another sloppy game.
That was the most brutal of backdoor covers that could have backdoor covered because they were up 20-9 with 4 minutes to go.
In a game that we can say it don't make it right, but it makes it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When Jeff Saturday says, that's the letter of the law, that's the letter of the law, as a crazy penalty gives Indianapolis, after kicking wide right, the opportunity to go again because the rule states as a defensive player, you cannot use a teammate or an opponent to launch yourself. Now, he? It's questionable, but by the letter of the law, by him making contact in that way, that is the rule.
2 kicks.
And Indy wins by a point.
Two kicks that went the other way were not called. The Lutz misses where the exact same penalty happened, but because they're in Indy, did not get called.
Philly beats Kansas City by 3 in the rematch. Another just sloppy game.
We can't repeat it, but did you hear the exchange between Chris Jones and Jalen Hurts?
I did not.
At the end of the game? Okay, allow me to clean this up. Chris Jones, removing expletives, said, you haven't done anything. Jalen Hurts, expletives. We won the game. Shut up. And it's like, that level, that's what it counts.
In a game that I did not have, Minnesota gets beat by almost 3 touchdowns on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good.
And your doubleheader on Monday night, Tampa Bay wins. I still think they were getting 2.5 in that game.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more we can get out of Baker Mayfield, but they won the game.
And you know what? Statistically, he might be the best quarterback in the league since going to Tampa Bay because statistics are on his side.
And Chargers haven't chargered yet as they win 20-9.
And that they had a lot of help from Vegas not playing well. I had the opposite end of that, and boy, was I proven wrong. or they had a bit of a party before.
After today, we can refer to them in a different way.
Yes.
Tonight, it's gone down. Miami at Buffalo. When I woke up this morning, this was 12.5. It's now 11.5. It still ain't enough. This is not going to be pretty.
This is one of those ones that since I don't have money on the actual outcome, I will take Buffalo because it's the likeliest. But if I had to put money on it, I would have a hard time not holding my nose and putting it over to Miami because they've just been scoring late on teams. This screams backdoor cover to me. But the more likely outcome is Buffalo wins this game by 30. And I will
still
tell
doesn't
you,
hit the over-under of 50.5.
And I will tell you, this is my survivor pick this week. I have Buffalo because I've decided my new rule for the big contest. If I'm going to get knocked out, I'm getting knocked out with a big bullet.
So, Brent, do you know how the point spread works?
No.
Okay, so in this game, we pick against the spread during the show.
Okay.
So in this game, Buffalo is giving Miami 11.5 points. So if you bet on Buffalo, you are saying that Buffalo is going to win this game by at least 12 points.
Right.
Or if you bet on Miami, you're saying Miami will lose the game by less than 11.5 points.
Right. Okay.
The easy mathematical way is if it's minus, you take it away from their total. If it's plus, like it is for Miami, you add it to their total. That's your betting score. And I can already hear Sean yelling in the other room because Buffalo.
Man, I don't know. I quit watching football on a regular long time ago. I'll pick Buffalo.
Buffalo's the smart bet.
Yeah,
it just is.
I'll pick Buffalo.
And we do have Prime Vision up, and Brent is viewing Prime Vision.
Yeah, I'm just watching the Prime Vision. It does look like a video game.
It looks cool. I love what they do. And it gets better every year.
I like
the tracking is amazing.
Yeah.
I like football, but I quit watching on a regular basis because I just didn't need that much stress. Like every week I was stressed out or mad.
I've gotten to the point where it's just like, as a Dolphin fan, I accept mediocrity. Into Sunday afternoon, Atlanta goes to Carolina. Atlanta giving 5.5. By the way, teams that historically that are 1-1 after week 2 have a 47% chance to make the playoffs. Teams that are 0-2, that drops to 12%.
Yeah, it's crazy, the dichotomy there.
So Atlanta giving 5.5, it's not enough. Carolina is, I don't care that they're at home. And I'm not a fan of the way Atlanta's playing, but Atlanta will win this by a touchdown.
I still maintain Atlanta is playing great ball. The only thing that makes me worry about this one is there is some suspected weather to come through some of these East Coast games. So it's kind of a slick ball can bounce the wrong way, but I'd still take Atlanta, or I'm still taking Atlanta.
What you got? Falcons, Panthers.
Panthers.
All right. The Raiders go to, is it still FedEx Field?
I have no idea. All I know is that they got approved to move back to the old stadium location.
They go out there to play a football team. Washington's giving them 3.5. It's not enough. I'm taking the favorite here too.
The big thing here is the fact that we don't know if Jaden Daniels is playing, and I feel like the number is already baked with that in. Marcus Mariota is not a terrible player. The Raiders look completely off schedule right now. I'll take Washington.
Achane just had a big run.
Oh, I'm watching.
Okay, good.
Reception.
New York Jets go to Raymond James Stadium to play my beloved Buccaneers. Tampa Bay giving them 7 again. It ain't enough. The Jets are terrible.
Yeah, and I've been a Tyrod defender for years, but with Justin Fields out, it loses an entire section of that offense. Give me the Bucs. Give me the Bucs for the rest of the year until otherwise.
I like Tyrod Taylor. I do.
Oh, no. We both do, but he's not Justin Fields.
Rams go to the Link. Philly giving 3.5. This might be hangover for them, but I would still take them minus 3.5.
I have a hard time picking against Philly right now, even though they're winning ugly. And especially with the Rams not looking as crisp yet because most of them sat out the preseason. I'm going to stick with Philly, but this is one where I would be watching for the hook to change. So if it's at 3.5, I might lean LA. At 3, I immediately go to Philly, but the safer pick is Philly.
Miami's just driving down the field.
Yeah, I know. And it's giving. Oh, wait, coming back.
Yeah, poop. Let's see here. The most expensive defense in the league, the Pittsburgh Steelers, go to New England. Pitt's giving them 1.5. I would take that on the road just because this is going to be a snooze fest.
It's one of those where it might be a TJ Watt touchdown that decides the game. I don't have as much faith in New England yet. I like their building structure, but Pittsburgh is desperate because they may be the most expensive, but their average age might be a decade older than every other team.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jalen Ramsey is not exactly a spring chicken, even though he is laying the lumber multiple times.
I still can't get over that hit at the end of week 1.
Yeah.
That guy still might have ringing in his ears.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Tyreek Hill. He had ringing in his ears to start. Oh, no, not Tyreek.
No, it wasn't Tyreek Hill.
Who was it that got hit? Oh, it was Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Cincinnati goes to Minnesota. Minnesota giving them 3, which means it's a
push.
That is correct. You automatically give 3 being at home.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody's a 3-point favorite, it's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Give me Minnesota. I can't believe this is only 3 points, much less an over under 42.5.
Well,
this is not going to be pretty.
But you know why this is like this. We have 2 backup quarterbacks that are playing. But I'm going to say something, and it's going to be why I will probably have Minnesota everywhere. The last time Carson Wentz was both healthy and had a solid offense to work with, including good play calling, he won the MVP. But that's how long it's been. I have a little bit more faith in Carson Wentz's ability than Jake Browning. Sue me. I'll take Minnesota.
Indy goes to Tennessee. Indy giving 3.5. The bubble's going to burst soon. It has to.
I'm just Daniel Jones.
The Daniel
MVP.
Jones veneer has to wear off, and it's got to be this week. I'm gonna just stick with Tennessee. Get the run game happening. Give me Tennessee plus 3.5.
I'm gonna keep riding the Indy train on this one because until I see something from Tennessee, as much as I was talking about them in the preseason that I like where they're going, they're not there yet. Cam Ward has not looked good. He has had some flash plays, but he has made some real bad rookie mistakes. Give me Indy.
Rounding out the early set, Green Bay goes to Cleveland.
I don't care what the number is. Give me Green Bay.
Green Bay -8. Yeah.
Yeah, not enough.
Green Bay -15. It's not going to matter.
It's going to be a beating.
New Orleans goes to Seattle in the late set. And New Orleans is getting 7.5. It ain't enough. Now, I need Alvin Kamara to have like 140 touchdowns. But New Orleans is bad. They're bad.
It's interesting because they're not playing as bad as we expected, but they're not playing well. And I think part of that is almost a shadow because they keep coming back in the second half on teams that are up by 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, give me anybody versus New Orleans at this point.
Denver goes to SoFi Stadium to play the Chargers. Oh, I guess the bye starts this week, doesn't it?
It starts week 5.
Oh, because I missed the Raiders earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Denver Chargers, touchdown, Miami. Chargers giving 3. They haven't chargered yet. That makes it a pick 'em.
Denver also hasn't looked great.
Yeah, give me the Chargers in a game that I really could care less about.
Yeah,
no,
this is one of those, the Chargers are clicking early in the season like they do. Denver's got to figure it out because they are playing mediocre at best, and they need to start actually including their playmakers. Give me Denver.
Arizona goes to the limping 49ers that somehow have held up to be 2-0. Somebody's walking away with this with a non-win. San Fran's giving them 2.5. I don't believe in Arizona, but I believe in Arizona enough to cover 3.
That's an interesting take on it because Arizona is healthier, but here's the other words that even I said last week that I'm surprised I'm saying again. Mac Jones didn't look bad.
Mac Jones?
Mac Jones was able to facilitate this offense. The problem is that he's not the only fill-in. So, you know what? I'm going to stick with the 49ers because it's less than 3.
Dallas goes to Soldier Field, and they're giving a point.
Man, Chicago looks bad.
I would take Dallas -1 just because.
I feel like I have to, because if we're talking about one group on either of these teams that's working, it's the Dallas offense, but the other 3 are terrible. So it could go any which way, which is why it's 1, but Dallas at least has one functioning group, so give me Dallas.
Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes has not been 0-2 since his sophomore year in high school.
I don't know. I've seen his wife. He's 0 for his life.
Hey, I'm not judging outwardly.
I'm judging outwardly.
But they're going to MetLife Field.
Remember, I held that man as a baby.
He did, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his family worked for the Mets, and Mahomes' dad was a Met.
That's a trip.
Yeah. Sunday Night Football, Kansas City goes to MetLife to play your beloved Giants, and you're getting 6.5.
Give me KC.
Yeah.
There's no way Andy Reid's going 0-3. Forget Mahomes. They could run Alex Smith back out there. They're still going to cover this number.
And Monday Night Football is a great matchup, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm loving this one. But
Detroit
I think it's
goes to M&T Bank Stadium to play Baltimore. Baltimore's giving them 4.5. If I were a betting man, I would steer clear of this game because of although I would take the over at 53.5 because this is going to be a shootout.
Yes.
But if I have to pick, I would say give me Baltimore at home -4.5.
This is one where I would get squirrely with it just because it's Monday night. Give me Baltimore at 4.5. Give me a teaser up at 6.5. Give me a teaser up to 8.5. Give me that plus money. Let's see how much we can make on Baltimore blowing out Detroit.
All right, let's get into our penultimate baseball standings.
Oh, we are. I was going to ask you if this was the last one or the next one.
Well, we got games after this weekend. So
but we're coming to close to the end as people are clinching. So,
well, I mean, I think next week will be the last one before we hit the playoffs, but I'll double check. In the AL East, the Baltimore Orioles, hey, they're 16.5 games out. No, I'm not saying there's a chance. They are, because they've played 152, so there's 10 games left. So they're 2.5 back of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay now 8 back of Boston, where your cousin's from. They're 2.5 back of the Yankees. Yankees now 3 back of Toronto. The AL Central. For reference, and I want you to keep this for reference because we're going to play North America's favorite game show here in a minute. The Chicago White Sox last year had the worst run differential in Major League Baseball. Okay. So for reference, right now, the Chicago White Sox, who are 28 games out of first place, they're not going to playoffs. Right now, they're at a -89, but they are not North America's favorite game show. So just put that in your noggin for reference.
Okay.
They are currently 19.5 games back of the Twins.
Ooh. The Twins who sold everybody off at the trade deadline. For the
Minnesota's now 9.5 back of Kansas City. The Royals are 5.5 back of Cleveland. And the Guardians
hate it.
Are now 3.5 back of Detroit.
Who are the Guardians? I don't watch baseball.
They're not the Indians anymore for the same reason.
But Brent, do you want the really funny reason they went with Guardians? Because they only had to change a couple of letters to the front of all the signage so that they could pay less.
Wow.
Because the way that the prior was set up, it rolled into the D for the cursive script. So they only had to change Gar on the front of it.
Wow.
And it's named after a bridge in Cleveland. When if you watch the beginning of Major League, it's the bridge that has the 2 big statues on it. That's the Guardian Bridge.
Who are these?
Okay.
Most quotable baseball movie of all time. I will maintain that till I die.
Guess who is not in the cellar in the AL West?
Who's not? Well, that would be Houston, Texas, Seattle, the Athletics.
Athletics are not in last place right now. because Law has dropped 6 in a row.
I feel so bad for Mike
had
Trout.
A winning season since like 2004.
Can we please get Mike Trout on a decent team before he's completely gone? This breaks my heart that arguably the greatest player I've ever seen, not named Shohei Ohtani, will never sniff a World Series.
They are 14 games under 500 and 14 and a half back in the division.
Ew. Uh-oh.
They are now 2.5 back of Athletics. They don't have a home right now, so they're just Athletics because they're eventually moving to Vegas. But
they're in Sacramento, but
yeah, they're playing in Sacramento.
They're somebody else's stadium.
They left Oakland.
Wow.
Athletics now 7 back of the Rangers. The Rangers have dropped 4 straight. They're 5 back. Seattle and Houston are tied, but Houston has the tie break.
Yeah.
In the National League. In the NL West.
Can I say the thing?
Sure.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah. We'll talk about the Rockies in a minute.
Because it's just been them.
Guess who's not in front of them in that division?
Who's not? Oh.
Or who is now in front of them in that division?
So let's see. You got LA, San Francisco, San Diego, Arizona.
Arizona has pulled ahead of the Padres, or ahead of the Giants.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the Padres?
Now, here's the thing. San Francisco's only 9 games out right now. So remember that.
Well, you know my PTSD with the Giants at this time of year.
They're a half game back of Arizona. Diamondbacks are 6 back of San Diego. San Diego 2.5 back of the Dodgers, announcing earlier today that Clayton Kershaw, 11-time All-Star, guy has almost a 670 win percentage in his career, will be retiring. Tomorrow is his final home game. Nothing but respect from me for Clayton Kershaw.
But let's also
bad man,
put a big asterisk on that. It's the last regular season home game.
Right.
I believe the Dodgers will be in the playoffs. I believe he's going to get a shot because the man turned it up in the playoffs his entire career.
We have 2 playoff spots clinched in the NL Central. Neither one of them are the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates, because they're 28.5 games back.
You're going to take some joy from this. Sean's feed is ahead of ours, so I can hear her reacting to plays before they happen in front of me.
Pittsburgh now 9 games behind St. Louis. Cardinals are 2.5 back of Cincinnati. Cincinnati is 12 back of the Cubs, who have clinched a playoff spot on a 4-game heater, by the way. Yep. And Milwaukee has won 2 in a row, and they have secured a playoff spot.
I believe they didn't secure the division or just a playoff spot.
The only team that's secured the division is in the NL East.
Oh, okay.
With Nat Knowles 29 back, they're 8 back of Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta, you break my heart. But Atlanta's on a 5-game heater at least. Yeah. They are 3 back of Miami. Miami now 6 back of the Mets, and your Mets are now 12 back of Philly.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to make the playoffs at this point. Yes,
all right,
I do. I will say I do. But
let's talk about the wild card. If the playoffs started today, in the AL, Toronto, Detroit, Houston, your wild cards would be Yankees, Seattle, Boston. Now, with 10 games left in the season, here is everybody that's within 10 games. Tampa Bay's 8 out. They're a game behind KC. KC's 3 back on the Rangers. The Rangers now 2.5 back on Cleveland. Cleveland is now a 1.5 games out of the wild card.
That was the big man touchdown.
In the NL, we just mentioned Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and right now the Dodgers. Teams currently within 10 games. You're never going to believe this.
Oh, go for it.
I'll start at the closest. Arizona, 2 back. Cincinnati, 2.5 back. Also San Francisco, 2.5 back. Cardinals at 5 back. And then at 6 and 9, respectively, Miami and Atlanta.
Because math.
Because the NL.
Yeah.
All right, let us play North America's favorite game show.
Oh, boy.
Not the White Sox.
It is not the White Sox.
It was the White Sox pretty much all last year, though.
But they missed week. They went bell to bell.
Did they? Because I couldn't remember if it was the White Sox or Colorado.
No, Colorado is going bell to bell.
Okay, and the year before that was Baltimore.
White Sox missed week 1.
Okay, yeah, and 3 years ago it was Baltimore that we thought was so terrible that might be half of what we're about to say about Colorado.
What is the run differential for the Colorado Rockies? Now, we know it's going to be negative.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to say last week I wound up closest without going over at 380. Don said something like 415 and was over. But then I saw Colorado actually lose to the Marlins multiple times. So I'm going to say a nice even 405.
What we're asking is the number of runs they have scored versus the number of runs they have given up. That's your run differential.
You understand I'm worthless for this entire.
It's all right. That's okay, but you could guess right.
You know what? Just say -1 run. Give yourself the entire berth if I'm over.
He wants you to give the Price is Right rule.
Yeah.
You said 405.
I did. I said -405.
-405. I'll go 390.
Don says -400.
Okay.
The Colorado Rockies, after 153 games, are 41 and 112.
So literally, a quarter of their wins have been against playoff teams, but it's spread out over the last 3 months. At least a quarter of their wins.
268 win percentage.
It's less than a coin flip by far.
That's barely 1 in 4.
Oh.
They're 23 and 55 at home. They're 18 and 57 on the road. They're on a 5-game skid. They're 1 and 9 in their last 10.
Ugh.
Closest without going over is Don.
Okay.
Currently,
in my defense, Brent, when I was telling you to do the -1, I forgot Don had submitted a pick.
With the 10 games to go, the Colorado Rockies currently have a run differential of -402. We have broken the 400 mark, people.
And see, I was trying to just get a little bit ahead with the 405 and
to give you perspective, they have actually scored 12 more runs than the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Because Colorado.
However, they have given up 333 more runs than the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Because the Pirates right now are at -81.
But at the same time, I'm still fascinated. I feel like I know why the answer is, but that ballpark is full every game, no matter how bad they are.
Roll in the newbies.
It's an amazing ballpark. They take care of their fans, and it helps to have edibles at the concession stands.
Thank you, Peyton Manning.
That does help.
We also want to give you updates in our fantasy league for the show. I am now 0-2. For Sunset Lounge, I am now 1-1. And in our Pick'em League, I am currently in a 3-way tie for second place.
Nice. I am getting stomped in everything. Thanks, Joe Burrow.
How are you? But you're still in the Survivor contest, which I did not get to.
Yes, I am Buffalo. I actually, in our Survivor contest, I'm using Kansas City against the Giants. In the $18 million one, I am on Buffalo today.
He gambles a little bit.
Oh,
allegedly. While we're in Texas, allegedly.
Can I tell you my favorite team name in our Pick'em League?
Go for it.
Currently in 8th place. The rest of you cheat.
yeah.
I don't even know who that is. All I ask is make it somebody who I know who you are, so that if you win, we know who we're talking to.
So yeah, I'm currently. I mean, I did not have a good week 1.
Oh, I had a decent week 1. Week 2 demolished me.
I was the exact opposite. I only got 6 right in week 1, but I almost doubled that with 11 right in week 2.
Yeah,
and I was currently 5 back of the lead.
Yeah, I was 10-6 week 1. I did not even look at week 2 because I just knew it was a beating.
So we'll see. We'll keep you updated through the season on how we're doing in our picks and in fantasy. I just don't want to finish last.
Yeah,
in the league that we have with the network.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that whoever comes in last has to get a body part shaved,
waxed.
Oh, it's wax. That's right, wax.
Yeah, but I did say that since Rob is mostly hairless, if anybody in our show comes in last,
I've got hair. Most of my hair is on the back of my shoulders.
Yeah,
but I said I will take the waxing regardless.
If it is me, I will take responsibility for my team.
Dude, I'm trying to get a free back wax out of this. Don't ruin this for me.
Then tie me.
I shave neck to toe, so I don't.
No, hard pass. Let's get into TV talk and stuff we watched this week. Actually, stuff we've watched in the last 2 weeks.
Do not blow past that. That was a hilarious note from Brent.
That's why I like having him on. He's like a comedic ninja. He's stick and move. Stuff we watched this week, TV wise, in the last 2 weeks, really. I have not watched a whole lot of TV outside of wrestling programming because I've had to catch up a lot.
I hate that Don is not on this episode because I feel like whoever is making Alien Earth, Noah Hawley, is literally looking at Don Ford and shooting him the double bird. Because the alternate title for this episode this past week is How to Train Your Xenomorph.
Nice.
No.
I am not even kidding. I will not go any further and spoil it. But with as much as Don has been complaining that he's not getting xenomorphs running amok in the civilization, this past episode would check boxes for Don while also specifically thumbing him right in the eye.
Nice.
I just can't get into this show.
I love it.
I've tried 3 times to watch episode 1.
Episode 1 is the hardest slog. I will tell you flat out, once you get past episode 1, it just ramps up infinitely. Episode 1. Sorry, go ahead.
I have a 3 viewing rule. So it's the same thing with Game of Thrones. I had the hardest time getting through. I was like, I'll watch it 3 times, try to watch it 3 times. If it can't hook me on that 3rd time, I'm out. And I've tried that with this too. And I just can't. Well, I don't care enough.
We were talking about it when the episode or the season first started. That first episode feels like the longest TV episode of anything ever because it is world building. But as soon as it gets past that first episode, it hits like a cocaine rush and just takes off.
Okay, I'm gonna break my rule and take your advice.
Yeah, what I would say is what you may want to do is do the Rob horror movie method of just checking the Wikipedia for the first episode and then just jump into the second episode.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that way you'll get the world building without having to sit through it, and then you get to go into the good stuff.
Anything you're watching in specific, sir?
Nothing new, really. We're going back because we just got rid of a bunch of our streaming services to cut back on stuff we just don't watch enough to make it worth it. Mm-hmm. So we're watching. I'm watching Arrested Development for the first time.
I love that show so much.
For the first time. Oh, yeah, I wish that's one of those shows I wish I could go back and watch Tabula Rasa.
Yeah, so it's old enough I can talk about it. We just are like 3 episodes past Buster losing his hand.
Okay.
So that's where the seal ate his hand. So that's where we're at here. And then we've gone back. We call it misogyny, but we're rewatching. I'm rewatching, and she's watching for the first time Franklin and Bash.
Okay, because that just hit Netflix.
Yeah, because it's on Netflix, and I just think it's a fun show. And so, but it's very misogynistic. So that's what we're like. Do we want to watch Arrested Development or misogyny? And that's how we decide.
Okay, fair enough. Apple TV has renewed the morning show for season 5, with season 4, I think, drops tomorrow.
Okay.
That's
my
the
wife.
Jennifer Aniston show.
Yeah, my wife is a big fan. So, let's see here. Disney Plus has announced Seth Rogen is going to be rebooting the Muppet Show.
No.
Okay.
And your first guest star is the Sabrina Carpenter.
No.
Well, he did just get a few Emmys, so
I didn't mind the last one that they did on ABC. It was a little off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And they tried to do The Office with it.
Yeah,
it was
it was
okay, but
that actually reminds me of the other thing.
Speaking of
did you watch The Paper yet?
We're going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Speaking of Rogan, have you all seen the meme that they made of his laugh as the engines for the pod racers?
Yes.
Have you not seen this?
No, but I have to seek this out.
There's a few different ones like this, but the pod racer one is
when young Anakin's getting in the pod racer trying to start it, and so it sounds like it's revving up and it starts to go. They just layer his laugh on top of it all over and over and over again.
By the way, your latest Criterion closet is Wyclef Jean.
Oh,
very much enjoyed that. And Daredevil Born Again has been renewed for season 3.
Season 2's not even out yet.
That's what they're doing now.
Yeah, but
season
more
2
of this Daredevil is better.
I liked season 1 a lot.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus saying Tulsa King has been renewed for season 4.
Well, we are going to get the crossover in this coming season that drops, I believe, on the 21st.
You're getting a spinoff called Nola King with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I thought they were going to cross over that with Rocky, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Tulsa and Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be greedy and lazy.
But we have had some discussions with somebody from that show about potentially doing something when they're available. So we'll put a pin in that.
Also, Paramount putting in a bid to buy Warner Brothers.
That felt very monopolistic.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to happen, but it's a headline.
Money happens.
Peacock NBC saying that The Paper is actually going to air on NBC starting November 10th. So people that don't have Peacock will be able to watch it on broadcast television.
I have watched the whole thing. It's not bad, but it's definitely not The Office.
With you being off center, you kind of look like the interview segments from The Office.
From The Office, yeah.
I dig it. Don't get me wrong, but I thought that was
the funny thing is I have the camera in front of me on the screen, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I will say the hard part I have with The Paper, there was, for me in The Office, there was never an irredeemable character until Andy Bernard, and even then they tried to make him likable, no matter how hard they failed.
The Nard Dog?
I'm sorry?
The Nard Dog?
Exactly. But The Paper starts with two characters that I would probably pay to punch in the face. I'll just put it that way. There's no redeeming qualities to them. So that's kind of hard when that's a core.
I'll have to ask what she thought.
Sorry?
I think my wife has actually watched it. I'll have to ask what she thought. So.
Ask her how hard she wants to punch a certain female character.
Okay.
She will know.
We know there's been a lot of turnover with SNL, but we do know your first 3 episodes. Your season premiere October 4th will be Bad Bunny as your host, which he was really good last time.
He's been impressing me every time he's in an acting role.
And he's really good in the new Caught Stealing. Go check that out with Austin Butler.
Have you watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
Not yet.
Okay. He is the best part of that movie.
But he is not going to be your musical guest that night.
That's the second time in a row he's only been a guest, not a musical guest, isn't it?
Doja Cat.
Okay.
I don't care.
October 11th, Amy Poehler returns.
Nice.
With someone called Role Model.
Bailey?
It is not Bailey.
Okay.
And October 18th, we just mentioned her. She will host and musical guest will be the Sabrina Carpenter.
That's not a good birthday present.
I like her.
I don't dislike her, but that doesn't move the needle for me.
Prime Video announcing that as soon as the Summer I Turned Pretty ends, they're going to do a movie.
Yep.
I am not the target demo for that.
Nobody on this show right now is the target demo.
And this other thing that was announced today, because today is Batman Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
I miss it every year.
They announced something today that I'm not sure how I feel about. Have you watched Merry Little Batman yet?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I loved it.
I thought it was cute. I just didn't watch all of it.
They're doing a Bat Fam series in that same style. It's going to be a half-hour show. Bat-Fam.
Okay.
Luke Wilson will be Bruce.
Okay.
Jonas Kibrave, the kid that played Elio in the Elio movie.
Yeah.
He will be Damien.
Okay.
Who now has a suit. That's like a 7-year-old.
Okay.
And James Cromwell will be Alfred. Apparently, alongside of them in this house that they live in, Ra's al Ghul will be living with them as a ghost. Okay. And Man Bat, who will be played by Bobby Moynihan, lives in their cellar.
Of course, it's Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll watch it.
It's coming in November. So it's right around the corner.
That sounds like a Batman version of What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, it really does. That's a great way to pull that. Well, here I'm trying to think of how you fit in James Cromwell. Say, that'll do, Bat. That'll do.
Because I really liked Merry Little Batman. It was fun. It was silly. By the way, I have completed now until Tuesday. I've completed all my DC animated movies. I have them all. I'm going through them now until Tuesday because there's a new one coming out Tuesday. We're going to talk about.
He's pointing to his wall of DVDs
over here.
Oh yeah.
As technical as this man is, he still buys DVDs
and there's two reasons. We have this argument all the time.
Actually, I've come around. I'm okay with it. I'm just not going to do it.
I'm Mr. Physical Media. Number one, I can't get special features on streaming movies.
Okay.
Number two,
you can now.
No,
selectively.
I can get a commentary track on stuff that I watch.
Okay.
And number two, when the grid goes down, all you idiots are going to be at my house because I'm going to have the stuff to watch.
When the grid goes down, you're not going to have power to watch it.
No, I'm talking about when the internet grid goes down.
Oh, okay. Just that grid.
TV on DVD and Blu-ray this week. Season 1 of the CBS hit Watson.
Okay.
Not the biopic of Randy, but
that was called Sexual Chocolate, though.
Season 2 of The Last of Us will be available on Tuesday. You'll have the complete series on Blu-ray for The Big Bang Theory. Mm-hmm. My wife just watches them, and then
we saw one of my books in that show.
Did you really? For those of you who don't know, Brent's also a very accomplished comic book artist. I have many of his fine work right here at Stately Irvin Manor.
Yeah.
That I will never give away.
An issue of Titans in the comic book shop. It was like last season or second to last season.
You need to get a screenshot of that.
We did a screenshot of it on Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he does great work. Look it up. Peeples.
Yeah. Unlike the show that I'm doing in 2 Saturdays, we're on the map. They have my name spelled Pebbles.
Nice. I've felt that pain more than once.
I messaged the guy. He's very embarrassed.
Also, you'll get there's a complete series and a steelbook will be available for the complete series of Chucky. Come Tuesday. The complete series of La Femme Nikita. That was a big WBCW UPN thing. The complete series of Fringe, which my wife very much enjoyed.
As did Sean.
And the complete series on Blu-ray of the old school The Prisoner.
Wow.
Will be available. Before we go any further, we do want to send our best out to a loss in Hollywood this week. Robert Redford passing away at the age of 89. You want to talk about somebody that literally spans generations.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so good.
I mean, he's the reason you have Sundance.
And the number of people who didn't realize why it was called Sundance Film Festival still makes me laugh.
Well, one of the greatest movies of our time.
Absolutely.
And just like a handsome dude.
Yeah.
Until he died. Handsome.
And one of the most consistent meme worthies with just the smile and nod.
Oh, yeah.
It's so many great films. We could do a whole episode just on his films.
Absolutely.
Directed a bunch of films.
Arguably the best baseball movie ever made in The Natural.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know that the picture of him throwing the ball, that was actually not from the movie. It was just off camera. They were playing catch and they caught that moment. And they're like, no, put that out there.
Yep. I believe they made that the cover of a number of releases at one point.
The great Roy Hobbs. I mean, that's the song that the Rangers play when they hit a home run. Son of a gun, touchdown Buffalo.
But did you see how that happened?
I don't want to know.
Okay. But no, Robert Redford could literally do anything he wanted and do it better than 99% of people on this planet. And when you still pairing him with Paul Newman, I would love to be the fly on the wall for the person that had to fight for that.
And he's also in what I feel is one of his most underrated films. And Arrow Video just did a release on the Blu-ray, which I have, which to show you how much I love this movie, I bought it new.
Mm-hmm.
I did not buy it used. A movie called Sneakers.
You have raved about that for as long as I've known you.
Underrated films of his entire career. Now, understand that if you see it, it's a tech movie, so it's going to be really out of date.
Yeah, well, Mission Impossible.
You're talking him, River Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd, Mary McDonnell. There's a ton of people. There's a cameo at the end I don't want to ruin. But it's one of my he basically runs a team whose job it is to break people's security systems.
I think I've seen this, but it
came on the early 90s.
Yeah, it would have been a long time ago.
And we had it at my theater. I watched it a ton of times. I'm very much looking forward to watching the Blu-ray. I think there's a new commentary track on it. I may have to do that this coming week. So our best to the Friends family, and of course us being fans of the great Robert Redford.
Well, and he also, even when he had ones that weren't as critically acclaimed, like you were talking about Sneakers, I still swear by Spy Game.
Great film.
As one of the most underrated thrillers, just working with Brad Pitt and being that espionage behind the curtain to the point where multiple organizations and institutions reached out and said, how do you know these things? And it's like, I'm Robert G.D. Redford.
Yeah. Allow me to show you my ID.
Yeah. This is how I get anywhere.
We have a lot to talk about in stuff we've watched in the last couple of weeks from a movie.
Yeah, we do.
Brent can see there's a list on my screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically alphabetical. That's how I'm doing it going forward.
Okay.
Because I am going through all of my movies and either rewatching ones I haven't watched in a long time, or there's a bunch here I've never even put in the player. So we start with my Criterion Collection. I did a double feature of the Criterion Collection restoration of 3:10 to Yuma and the remake. I watched them back to back. I was surprised at how bare bones the Criterion Collection disc was.
I feel like you've been saying that a lot about Criterion work.
But the restoration looked gorgeous because it's from 1957.
Yeah.
Great. Enjoyed it very much. But I gotta say, if you made me pick, the remake is a little bit better.
But you had an interesting point when you were telling me as to why it was. So please.
There is a very large gap in the story in the original that they actually go into in the remake, which I very much enjoyed. Brent, you can go in the garage. Are you going to the restroom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you just got up and I was like, what did I miss something? But I've also been told for years that if you have a home theater system, that the Blu-ray of 3:10 to Yuma is a really good one to have, and they're not wrong. A lot of bullets flying around my living room, and it's a 7.1 uncompressed track. So it's very, very
it's working. Yeah.
But I did enjoy the original very, very much. It ended, of course, as we'll talk about a bit later, the ending is different. I can't say which one I like better. A lot of people said the ending of the original wasn't very realistic. I didn't have a problem with it. So, also today, watch my Criterion Collection of the 1957 version of 12 Angry Men.
Oh.
Also kind of bare bones, but there's a really good interview with a guy on there that talked about the movie version, and there were two television versions that came out about the same time that were done live. CBS did one, NBC did one.
Yes.
And he talked about a lot of the technique. I mean, you're talking powerhouse cast.
Oh, absolutely.
Peter Fonda never got paid for it, and he has producer credit.
I want to say Showtime tried to do a version as well with Jack Lemmon. involved.
Yep. 2007, I believe.
Something around that.
And there was a Russian version that was just called 12. So, but I checked that out. Also, I spent 6 hours with Billy Joel.
How did you like it?
I liked part 1 better than part 2 of And So It Goes.
There's a small part of segment 2 that really made me enjoy it, but we're not going to go into that on the show.
I just it's a really well done documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I spent 6 hours with Billy Joel, I spent 6 hours with Billy Joel. I'm not joking. It's that long. That's why it's
that's why it is 2 parts. And I will give him credit. He was very open about a lot of it.
Well, and I also like some of the people they got to interview in that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing people like Gordon Sumner.
Yeah.
The other Sting. Springsteen is in this thing.
I believe they got Elton in there too.
Yeah. Well, they talk. I didn't realize how long they did face to face.
I didn't realize how long it was, and I didn't realize that they got into it about that either.
And we'll talk about Elton here in a minute.
Yeah.
But I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I also did get to screen The Long Walk last week. The ending is different from the book.
Okay.
But the ending in the film, because I looked up to Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to a friend of the show, Mark Walters, about this the other day because he read the book.
Okay.
Basically,
this is the Stephen King.
Yeah.
Thing,
basically, It's in a post-war society. It was written in 1979. I didn't
realize it was that old.
As a statement on post-Vietnam America. It translates very well. It is a post-war society where one of the only things that puts the economy kind of sort of back on track is one young man from each state. They all get together for the long walk, and it's a lottery system. And you walk. It's a little bit quicker in the movie, but they get these watches. And if you fall below 3 miles an hour, you get a warning. You have to get back above 3 miles an hour in 10, 15 seconds.
Did you see the screenings they did with this?
Yes.
That was a cool touch.
If you get 3 warnings and it happens again, you get what they call, you get your ticket punched, and that involves your body in a bullet.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Last one walking wins unmeasurable riches and gets a wish. What Alex is referring to is they did some screenings in some points of the country where they set up a bunch of treadmills, and you walked on the treadmills, and if you stopped, you didn't get to see the rest of the movie.
Yeah, if you dropped below 3 miles an hour and did not get back up, you were escorted out.
Yeah.
So how would you fare?
I think I can do 3 miles an hour for at least 45 minutes. That's what I used to do. I don't know that I could do it for an hour 50.
Yeah, it's an hour 50.
Yeah. But it's right now, it's one of my favorite movies of the year.
Well, what would have been interesting at the screenings if they would have done it where the treadmill was up and down on the
There's a whole
incline.
section when they hit a huge incline.
Yeah.
I think the movie takes place in Kansas. The book takes place in the Northeast. Your main character is actually from the state. They never say, but he's got home field advantage. He's from that state. Right now, this is on my medal stand for best films of the year.
I'll have to see it.
Stephen King right now this could be the year of Stephen King because he had The Monkey earlier this year.
Which I still haven't seen.
Which, people kind of panned it, but it made its money back and then some. The Life of Chuck, which I absolutely loved. He's got this. 2 of those 3 have Mark Hamill in them. And then we've got The Running Man coming in November.
And then you also have Welcome to Derry, which is...
I'm talking about theatrically.
Right.
Because Welcome to Derry,
you still have Welcome to Derry coming.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing with The Long Walk, because you have that kind of, we'll call it draft system and working with young adults, your director is Francis Lawrence, who has been at the helm of all of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So
I think he did all of them, but I think he did all of them, but the first one.
I think he did the first one. I don't think he did the last one.
Maybe.
I'll take
I don't know. 2 days ago, I saw Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues.
Never saw the first one.
I just got my Criterion in the other day for it.
I like not feeling isolated right now.
I've
been catching heck because I've never seen the original either, Brent.
I've never seen it, and I was in a band for 7 years where all they did was quote Spinal Tap all the time, and I was lost.
I love the original. I've talked about the Blu-ray of the original, which they actually did with the Criterion. There is a commentary track of them in character. And somebody new will come on the screen, you'll just hear Nigel go, "Oh, he died." And they're like, "You had lunch with him today." I love the first one. This it's not as good as the first, but it's a lot of fun. There is no post-credit scene because the movie just keeps going all the way through the credits. Basically, the Rob Reiner, who directed the original,
right.
It's the thing that really got the mockumentary thing going.
Okay,
Alex.
You are correct. It was Gary Ross for the first one and Francis Lawrence, even through the prequels, including Sunrise on the Reaping, he'll do.
What has happened was they found they have one more gig in their contract, but they haven't spoken in 15 years. So Rob Reiner's character tracks them down and walks through the whole process, and it takes place. The last show takes place in New Orleans. I don't think this is a spoiler because it's all over the place, but Elton John is in it. They do bring back some of the characters from the first one, which I very much enjoyed. Again, I like the first one better, but this one's a lot of fun. It really is.
Do you think they could have done something better with this, with as much time as
very
passed?
quick? Like you could watch both of these in about the same amount of time to watch one part of the Billy Joel documentary.
Oh, wow.
They're both under an hour and a half. So the storytelling is very fast, especially in the second one. But they've got some people that made cameos that are a lot of fun. And I had to go to Grapevine because it was the only place showing it in IMAX. So, and it was me and two other guys in the IMAX theater. It was awesome. So I mean,
wasn't that the one that you were like, I think I'm going to be by myself?
No, that was Hamilton.
Hamilton was the one you were by yourself.
Hamilton, I was the only one in the theater, and I'd never seen Hamilton, so like it was awesome. So last week's How Did This Get Made? When they announced what the movie would be, a lot of times I've seen the film or I'm not going to put myself through it. When they announced that last week's episode, which is one of my favorite podcasts, by the way. Okay. It's all about bad movies and the Fast and Furious movies.
It's not always just bad movies. It's sometimes it's ones that get shocked. Well, no. Remember, they did Punisher Warzone and loved it.
Which I now have, by the way. I got that part of a freebie, though.
I'm going to not say my Fast and Furious joke. Go ahead.
They announced that it would be the new 2025 version of War of the Worlds with Ice Cube.
Oh, it's not good.
And I said, all right, I'm going to watch this thing before I listen to the podcast because I've heard it is terrible.
It's not good. B liked it. My wife liked it.
It's the same guy that did the two movies a few years ago where like the girl's friend went missing and everything was online. And it's the same guy doing the same thing.
I think the title of that was Missing.
Right. And there was a second one that he did the same way.
Yeah.
It was filmed during the pandemic. Ice Cube.
If that wasn't obvious from the trailer.
Clark Gregg. Like, it's bad. It's bad. Not the worst film I've seen this year.
But it's bad.
It's bad.
Ice Cube's jumped the shark way too many times at this point, though. Like, he lost all NWA credit. Like, at this point.
That's like...
that's been gone since...
I used to be this, and it's the video for 100 Miles and Running, and now I'm this, and it was a still from Are We There Yet?
Yeah.
At that point, like... But you know what? He goes
with
home
the most appropriate title... The most appropriate title of a movie ever of Are We Done Yet?
But it's just... It's a terrible script. It's got holes big enough to drive a truck through. It's... Somebody mentioned something in the Last Looks episode that I didn't catch, and they don't think it was what the girl said it was, but I also wouldn't be shocked because at one point as he's being attacked by something, he yells, "Move, something, get out of the way."
That's not even the right person.
But still, homage.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say watch it for the train wreck because it's just
bad.
Ugh.
And the kid that plays his son is not great.
Honestly, I hated the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds, so I can't imagine this being any worth my while.
And it's one big commercial for Amazon.
Of course it is.
Which allegedly was not the original intent. It just wound up that way.
Like, why can't we do a War of the Worlds movie that feels very much like the original, where it's somebody on a radio show going through it? I mean,
the H.G. Wells bit.
Do the whole thing. I mean, they did that with there was an old horror movie that everybody turned into zombies, and all you have is the guy in the DJ booth explaining what's going on this entire time. So he's getting calls from people, he's hearing all these things, he's getting reports, and he's just relaying the information. And it's phenomenal.
It's about what you don't see.
It's about what you don't see.
It sounds a little bit like Cloverfield.
Similar, but it's just like, why don't we do a War of the Worlds that way? Like, it would work. And then when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then it's not what we did.
Yeah. But I would say if you are a fan of How Did This Get Made, do watch that before you listen to the podcast, because the way they discuss it, you won't get lost, but you'll appreciate what they're doing so much more. Lastly, what I've watched in the last couple of weeks is a movie that came out on Amazon Prime in January called You're Cordially Invited. This is Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon, where his daughter and her sister get married the same weekend and the venue gets double booked. Jack McBrayer is the purveyor of said resort island.
Because of course he is.
Very much enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
I very much enjoyed it.
I thought one of us reviewed that. Don might have.
He might have. I didn't get to. I mean, we got a link, but I couldn't go. I put it on my list. I said, this looks interesting. It came out in January. I very much enjoyed this. It's also not that long. I think it's an hour 40, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it's just, it's one of those movies.
Yeah.
Like, I watched it without my wife and I didn't feel weird about it because it's not a girly movie. So, anything you boys want to talk about what you've seen in the last couple of weeks that does not account what we're going to talk about in a minute?
I've been very TV intensive between that and the paper. So I will leave it go there.
Brent?
What did I watch? I went back and watched Transformers 1.
I got it. Yeah, because they were doing 50% off at Barnes & Noble on Paramount. So I got it.
Because the first time I really didn't pay attention to it. So this time I watched
it. It has so many great inside jokes.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. I'm trying to think, what else did I watch?
AA-tron made me happy.
AA-tron.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you can answer this question for me about Transformers 1. We're going long tonight, kids.
Yeah.
The very last shot in the post-credit scene.
I don't think I saw it.
Okay. Go back
and watch it.
It is an homage to something.
Okay.
And I can't find it. It's Shockwave, Starscream, and one of the others. And they're all like, it's a breaking the fourth wall shot.
Right.
With the three of them. I know that shot. I've seen it before and I can't find it.
I'll pull it up when I get like this week and look at it this weekend.
And that post-credit scene is gorgeous. And the way they did Starscream, so they explain why Alex and I lost our minds after we saw it. Yeah, he wasn't with me at that screening, but he did see it and he agreed with me.
And then I'm going back and watching other things. Like I just watched The Voices again with Ryan Reynolds, which I love. Did you ever see The Voices?
I saw If, but that's not the same movie.
No. The Voices is way back. So it's right around the time he did Green Lantern.
Okay.
Green Lantern. So The Voices is he plays a schizophrenic.
This sounds vaguely familiar.
His two best friends are his dog and his cat that talk to him. And he's a serial killer.
Okay.
But he doesn't think that he's a serial killer. It's super dark, super funny. It's great. It's got Oh, what's her name? She was in Trolls, and Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. Ooh, I'm a fan.
It's got Anna Kendrick
Anna
in
Kendrick, how you doing?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick, and then so she plays opposite him. It's good.
All right.
If you haven't seen The Voices, which is old at this point, but it's good.
In what could be one of my favorite headlines this week, the McKenzie brothers are back. Ooh, cuckoo, cuckoo. Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas. We're getting a new Strange Brew with Josh Gad playing one of their sons.
Because of course.
Let's go.
I can hear Craig bitching from here.
They got smokes and chocolate milk in the machine, eh? I love that movie.
I laugh hysterically.
I love that movie.
But we also know that Craig hates Josh Gad.
And you haven't lived until you've listened to the McKenzie Brothers 12 Days of Christmas. You just haven't. Good day, and welcome to day 12. And a beer in a tree. Oh, I'm so excited. Also, we have Camp Rock 3 filming right now. The Jonas Brothers are in it. Demi Lovato and the three of them are all producers on it. So you got that going for you. And we have an official title to a sequel of a movie you and I both enjoyed very much, and I think you did too, sir. Coming April 3rd, the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Yes.
I like the first one.
I love the first one. I absolutely love the first one.
It was a toss-up between watching that yesterday and watching Transformers.
So good.
I've watched it multiple times.
Road, you gave me so much Mario Kart that just brings me joy. Yeah. And the training sequence, I giggled all the way through it.
I love the beginning where it's, do you yield? And it's like, really?
So it's coming April 3rd, and everybody's back, including now, Jackson.
Is that the wrap on the movie notes?
I'm sorry, I just had somebody in their car running on double A's run by the house. What's up?
Yeah. Is that the end of the movie notes?
That's all I got before we get to new releases. Yes.
Okay. Did we talk about the Mortal Kombat move and there has been a response from the studio?
We did.
Okay. We did clarify that it was a positive?
Yes.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure. It's been a couple of weeks.
I have all those now too.
Yeah.
All the animated ones. If you haven't seen Scorpion's Revenge, was really good.
That one I saw.
There's 3 more.
Yeah.
There's Battle for the Realms. There's Snowblind, and then there's a Johnny Cage one.
I saw the Johnny Cage one.
That's the last one.
Yeah, I think it was literally just called like Cage Match or something.
I believe you got that correct.
But Joel McHale as Johnny Cage is just perfect casting.
Movie new releases and places you get movie new releases. Tomorrow we have a Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
How was that, Rob?
You could find both Don and I reviewed that at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's our website.
I really wish Don was here because I want to give you a direct quote from Don as we were waiting for the movie to start.
As you were waiting for it to start?
Yes.
Okay.
This movie stars Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie. I very much enjoyed this film. It's a little artsy.
Okay.
Don says in his most bombastic voice, if this movie took place in Australia, neither one of them would have to change their accent.
Are you?
I'm not kidding.
How stupid.
And then they just, like 4 people just looked at him and said, Colin Farrell's Irish.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. And he took it in stride. I love him. He took it in stride. What I was, oh dear.
That was how I was going to it's the most Don Ford of Don Ford.
Learned that Australia and Ireland are 2 different places.
And not even, yeah. But I ever since hearing the title, I've had one particular song stuck in my head. And as somebody who lived in South Florida, you know what that song is, correct?
Go for it.
Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
Oh, good song. Good song.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. like I said, it's a little artsy. Be prepared for that, but it's a very, very strong script. Directed by
that
the
feels
guy
like the theme this week.
Yeah, directed by the guy that did Losing. It was the movie with Colin Farrell a couple years ago where they had the AI robot that that stopped working and how the family dealt with it after that. Is it Losing Yan? Something like that. Not a bad
I'm
film.
working on it.
But I like this a lot.
After Yang,
that's what it was. But I really enjoyed this. Good. It's definitely a good date movie. So basically, Colin Farrell's a guy that lives by himself. He's fine with living by himself. He's going out of town for a wedding, finds out that his car's got a boot on it, and right behind him is this flyer for a rental car place. And all they have for him is a 1994 Saturn.
Because they still run.
And he has to, they talk him into the GPS. And the people in the rental company are played by Kevin Kline and Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And the voice of the GPS is Jodie Turner-Smith. Is that her name?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay.
And that's all I'm saying. Just go check it out. It's a lot of fun. Alex saw Him.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of artistic, it's not a horror movie. It's just not. It is a psychological thriller that is almost told from a... Yeah, and I like when I was talking with Rob earlier as I was writing the final touches to the review, and I was like, I don't know how to talk about this in a positive light without spoiling. And one of the really great notes that he had was talk about its basis having almost like a religious dogma as a formula, but told through a different lens. And I was like, that's great, but I can't use that without sounding like I'm completely full of it. But it's really interestingly done on the story. If you look at it from the scope of what young athletes have to go through and almost selling themselves on every front to be stars. And it never mentions religion outright. But there's definitely some imagery that you can pick up on from the trailer. And it's not incredibly well done, but the story there's like really something to the story. And Marlon Wayans absolutely goes for it, but is so unhinged. You have those moments of, is he intentionally trying to be funny? Because he'll have this super intense scene and then just boop on the nose. And he'll say boop, and you're like, what the? There's a man dying here. And you're booping this kid on the nose. And it's like, okay, but it kind of plays because it's dipping into surrounded by insanity, but this is normal for them. And going through a lot of, and I use the term cardinal sins when I was talking with Rob, but it never mentions those. It frames them in different ways. Tyreek Withers has to have been given instant direction on each individual day within the film's chronology because of how those vary. And I feel like everybody got that. But the one full consistent you have is Jim Jeffries, who I'm a big fan of his stand-up, but it is on the dark side. But his humor plays well within a more serious character where it's like, I have to make these jokes, otherwise it will break me mentally. And there's really something to it. And then it gets to, and fair warning, it gets to the last act and decides to just scrap all of the smart things it was doing. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of what I like to call the Red Dawn effect. And I'm not talking about the original Red Dawn. I'm talking about the remake, which I still maintain was a very good movie until it ended terribly and everybody left with a bad taste in their mouth. This completely changes what it's trying to do in the last act. And it's multiple times going, I'm sorry, I need an explanation here because this isn't the same movie. It would fit in something else, but this isn't right here.
Remind me after we get off air.
Oh, I think your mic died.
Oh, it did.
I can still hear you.
Remind me, it's not blinking. Remind me when we get off air that there is something I in case it happens with you, I want to give you a suggestion on something.
Okay.
Also this week in theaters, what happened to the case that's over there? We have The Senior, which is with Michael Chiklis and friend of the show Major Dodge and some cosplayers that I know locally. Basically about an older guy that goes back to play football.
Yes.
In whose name, if you wonder about Kanye West, there's a documentary coming out tomorrow. Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this coming Tuesday. I said earlier, now come Tuesday, my DCs will not be complete because we're getting a new Elseworlds called Aztec Batman Clash of Empires.
We have a connection to that.
I am.
Okay.
We do?
Jorge.
Oh, is Jorge involved with this?
I believe he is. I will
Nice.
double check that. But Jorge's the one that was sending out storyboards on it at one point.
Also this week, 28 years later, is with a steelbook. Mithrigan 2.0 with a steelbook. Superman comes out Tuesday. It's been on digital for a couple of weeks now. Steelbook for Beetlejuice. Meh. Corpse Bride.
Jorge is one of the actors in the movie.
Oh, nice. Corpse Bride gets a limited edition steelbook if you were into that film, the Tim Burton thing. The 1990 Night of the Living Dead gets a steelbook. And your Criterion Collection releases this week are The Beat My Heart Skipped, which is a French film. The animated film last year, Flow, goes to the Criterion Collection.
That's a great movie.
And another foreign film called Read My Lips. iOS 26 dropped the other day. Alex does not have it. Brent and I both do. There is another update you should probably get before you get iOS 26, so make sure to check your screens on that. I kind of like it. It's there's a lot of there's not a whole lot of cosmetic differences. I do like the glass thing. What about you?
Yeah, is what they call it, liquid glass,
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a good look, I think. But their whole purpose now is to make everything feel fluid, right?
Yeah.
Because OS is supposed to update to the same type of look,
and the naming convention's all the same now.
Yeah, and now it's all the same. So
like
instead of having
my Apple TV went to 26, they're doing it like cars.
Do you mean to recharge that?
Yeah, put that in the thing over there.
Yeah, everything they're doing with the operating systems is going to the year it is going into.
The texting screen looks a little bit different now. It goes sideways into the side. Nope, I got you. It goes like this. That's for the receiver. The keys on the text screen are a little more rounded now.
Yeah,
that looks a little weird for me, but I'm getting used to it. Brent was saying some of his apps were a little janky.
Oh, really?
There were.
Well, I've noticed that the phone's got kind of hot the past 3 days.
He's got a 14. I've got a 15. So
the phone will get a little warm, but then it gets kind of glitchy. Like if I'm switching from screen to screen or doing something, it's getting glitchy.
So we're gonna keep an eye on that.
But that could be a basic update that they can do.
Just a function deal. Yeah.
And we also want to talk about part of the reason Brent's here is because you see us modeling these wonderful Found One Apparel.
Yeah, you got the
gear.
old school.
I got a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school. I'm wearing the new school on Sunday.
Nice.
Because I washed it. So it's ready to go. You've been doing this now for how long?
A year and a half.
Has it been that long already?
Almost. Well, we launched March of 24.
Wow. So yeah, geez Louise.
So pretty close, a year and a half.
And this is faith-based wear. For people that don't know, it's God left the 99 to save the one.
Right.
What I really dig about the line, number one, it's some of the most comfortable clothes you'll ever wear. And he's not just wearing it because it's got his brand on it. Like if he's willing to wear it, Brent and I have known each other a long time. He's not going to wear something he's not comfortable wearing. And they do a lot of research to make sure that the quality's good, that it's, because I actually ordered something from you that you ended up having to give me credit for because you couldn't quite get it. That rugby jersey I was trying to get. And you said, I'm not willing to let this out to the public. And I really respected that because it shows how much you care, but with your name being on it, you and your lovely wife B. I got to see you guys Sunday out at Grandscape. You had a little pop-up. That was kind of a cool little thing.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
And we're doing the next one at Globe Life Field on October 5th.
At the barn.
Yeah.
All right. And you're kind of just by quarter, if I'm seeing this correctly, or are you doing it by season when you release it?
I mean, we're still growing. So it really is. I mean, it's, I would love to do seasons, every spring, summer, and winter, fall, and like a fashion brand does, but we're just kind of releasing as we can since it's still growing. So, each collection sold pays for the next collection, and you know what I'm saying, and moving forward. So it's got to be that way.
And you're doing a lot of, you're very active on your social media. You just released a short film, which I absolutely loved.
And I don't think that those things move the needle. Like when we did the first collection at the beginning of the year for this year, we had like a cinematic too. And I don't really think they move the needle. I think for me, they're just more fun.
Yeah. And sometimes one leads into the
right.
other.
But those, like, we use those things for like, yeah, they go on the socials. I don't think they move the needle at all, or if anybody really cares for the most part, but we like them as like on the banner for our website and things like that.
And I also like that you're changing it up quite a bit. Like if you look at the stuff that I've got, in my drawer right now, there really isn't. I couldn't pick two shirts and have them be the same.
Right.
There's always an evolution of the imagery of, because you come from an art background, it's not always your style either of illustration, which I like. You mix it up a lot. I've got a baseball jersey in there that I love to wear. That's got all kinds of stuff on it. And again, high quality, very comfortable. And, when I saw you on Saturday at Dallas Comic Show, when I bought my shirt from you, you had talked about like, this may run big, this may run small. Like you put it out there on Front Street so that people understand what they're getting. And I was with you guys for probably 20, 30 minutes on Sunday. And there were a lot of people that were coming through that were just alone talking about the quality. Alex, you okay?
Yeah, no, I was looking at a statistic they just put up on the game.
Oh, you leaned back. I was like, uh-oh, he's going to fall over.
No.
I just want to make sure you're okay. All right.
It's, I mean, I think it's always going to evolve. Like I'm looking at different seasons. So, we have things like this design that like our logo stuff that will always there will always be an iteration of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it's like art to me. So it is inspiration driven. Right. So there's collections there's capsules that I want to do in the future that are, car culture, garage inspired, or collegiate inspired, or just those kinds of different things, right? So, but the biggest thing for me is elevating the quality. So it's like when we started, we were using blanks. You buy the pre-made blank and then you get it printed or pressed or whatever, and then we don't do that now. Like it was a very quick shift to how quickly can we get to where our stuff is 100% manufactured specific to what we want, where we can pick exactly everything. You know what I mean? So it's a big thing for me.
Well, and I was talking about your social media presence. And for those people that are interested, foundoneapparel.com, being on your mailing list is important.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, and following you guys on social media, it's important because you're giving them previews of lines that are coming up. Alex?
To clarify, is it find one is spelled out or find one the number?
Found O-N-E. Like found as in past tense, not find.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Found, but I'm saying the one is
found O-N-E.
Yeah, all spelled out.
Apparel.com. Okay. And you guys are very creative in how you're showing. Sometimes you show just a little piece of it. Sometimes you're showing just models of things. And it really is all limited edition.
Yeah, it's all limited.
Which I kind of dig because I've got stuff that like my He's Not Done With Me Yet shirt. People can't get that because you can't get it because it's not on the line anymore. You guys are getting ready to launch the new line, if I'm not mistaken.
We're sampling the new stuff. We do have one shirt that's coming out, and it's that was supposed to already be released, but because it didn't come right, we had them redo it. So we're not going to release. I'm not going to release something I'm not going to wear. I mean, I think that's the biggest, like fast fashion is taking over the world, and it's just trash. And sure, it serves a purpose and it gets you through. But I mean, for what we're doing, and the whole thing is, I mean, I heard this statement. Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus on The Chosen, was doing an interview, and they were talking about, and I heard this recently, so it fits. I was like, that's exactly what we're doing. Where they were talking about the quality of the show being so good, and he said, and compared to the quality of previous Christian shows, right? Or faith-based shows.
Yeah.
And his point was, we have this gold in the message that we're trying to get out there. If you wrap it in a ball, if you have a piece of gold and you wrap it in a bunch of trash and throw it on the ground, expecting someone to pick it up, they're not going to know the gold's in there. They're not going to pick it up. And I look at it the same way. If we wrap this message of, because it is faith-based clothing, if we wrap the message up in cheap crap,
it's not going to last.
A cheap t-shirt or something that falls apart, people aren't going to wear it. So they're not going to get the message out there. And people that see it are not going to pay attention because it just looks like cheap fast fashion.
Get that back to where it needs to be. There we go.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I absolutely agree with you. Again, it's got to last, but it's also got to last on a level where it holds up from a visual standpoint just as much from a quality standpoint.
Right. It's got to hold up. It's got to look like, when somebody, you can tell when something's good quality and you can tell when something's bad. And so it all goes hand in hand, I think.
And we want everybody to go out there, foundoneapparel.com, follow you guys on all the socials.
Yeah.
Because you guys really do have a good, I love when I see a post pop up. You guys do it right. And it's a family business.
Mm-hmm.
And family takes care of family. And I'm going to keep wearing it because I'm comfortable in it.
Good.
So, and I'm old. So if it's good for me, it's good for you. Alex, any questions you have before we get to the other half of this thing?
Nope. I apologize. I had to step away. I couldn't say found because I was getting congested to that point.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's do this. Let's talk the Cheap Popcast, your one-stop shop for all things in the world of professional wrestling. Brent's got to go because he's got family stuff to do. Alex, I am going to let you start off so I can let him out.
Okay.
Want to talk Worlds Collide? We both watched it, but I want you to talk about it just for a minute.
Absolutely. Well, it has been a couple of weeks since then, but it was a very entertaining show.
Hold on, I
think that's the opposite of what you were trying to do. But big screen. Oh, I think I lost your audio. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you were trying to reply to me on that. But with them doing at the Thomas and Mack Center the cross between AAA and NXT, doing a lot of good in there. It did have a good lucha feel to it, so it wasn't cheapened for me. Definitely welcomed in. I appreciated the multilingual deliveries on everything. Started with a really good 6-man. Mascarita Sagrada is the fact that somebody told me that he was 60 years old still breaks my brain because I thought it was multiple performers going through. Natty and Fabi Apache having a good match in there. The Dr. Wagner 4-way was a lot of fun, especially Ethan Page just knows how to fit into those. All of the different aspects that tend to fit into Lucha Libre really went well. And then you get to the main event where you got Dirty Dom and Vikingo, who apparently has become hated among the Lucha fans, and I'm still not 100% sure on that one because it feels weird to me. I'm going to have to either do more research or better research because I couldn't find anything on that. But we do have your mega intercontinental champion in Dirty Dom. Thought they were doing some really good storytelling going back to the tag titles as well, where you had the Wyatt Six show up. You're really going to be interested to see how the Psycho Circus and Wyatt Six, because I would have thought them more ally than enemy, but it really does lend credence to AAA after the purchase, which was one of the concerns among myself and other fans, thinking that AAA was just going to get overwhelmed, similar to how a lot of people have felt with TNA and NXT, but they have kept that AAA nature to it, which I thought has been really well. I'm sorry?
You have me now?
Yes.
Yeah, both microphones died, so I'm having to go through my laptop.
Gotcha. Okay, because at one point I saw your mouth moving, but there was no audio, so I couldn't tell if you were just... Because I know, like, when I'm working on something, sometimes I'll mouth what I'm doing, but... So I just ran an overtop of Worlds Collide, how it still felt like a AAA show, but more involved. I still feel a little bit weird about it being on YouTube, but I understand that's pushing the numbers there. But I thought they had some good crossover. Sorry?
When I first fired it up on Saturday, it would not let me skip the opening commercial.
That's a YouTube Premium thing versus a YouTube TV thing.
Right, but I had YouTube.
I thought you only had YouTube TV. I'm sorry.
No, I'm paying for premium now because I got sick of watching commercials because I spend so much time on YouTube. Now, it would let me go back and forth after that, but that opening commercial for it would not let me skip.
Interesting.
I did think it was weird that we didn't have the interpreting of Penta's promo at the beginning.
I was okay with it. But I
had that person in the background that was like, here's what he's saying. And like,
yeah,
Conan did give like a very high level
synopsis. Yeah.
But I really would have liked to have known in real time.
Yeah, but I also feel like it was more authentic to let it stand on its own because it was, in its essence, a AAA show.
Yeah.
Now, Worlds Collide has traditionally been two different brands crossing over, but at the same time, it felt right to me. But I also understand wanting the interpretation. Interpretation is the correct term.
And just so that we know, that belt Dominic Mysterio has is the same belt Kenny Omega once had. So,
within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a strange timeline that we are on.
Everything on the menu with Braun Strowman has a debut date.
Oh, really?
It'll be on USA starting October 24th. 6 episodes. Not trying not to watch adorable puppies run across a football field.
The corgi races.
Yes. So that's going to debut October 24th. It'll be on Friday night.
Okay.
I say I'm going to check it out because it's literally him just ordering everything on a menu. So let's do that.
Well, they couldn't use the original title because Adam Eats Everything was already something else.
Yes. Well, he's going with Braun Strowman.
Well, it's in that same vein. It's the USA tie-in.
Yeah. Texas style wrestling for people that TSW for people that are local. It is now airing on Channel 33 on Saturday nights. The only reason I know that is it bled over into my ROW recording this week, which they're showing Summer of Champions, which is like a month and a half ago. But WoW actually changed the way it was because I wasn't getting an episode for like 3 weeks. I'm like, well, maybe they just moved it over to Roku, and I did another search. Somehow the listing got changed.
Oh, okay.
So I should be back on track with that this week. MLW has announced that Kings of Colosseum 6 will be in our Fairburg January 10th at the NYTEX.
How do you feel about that swerve, and if it was dictated by something else at their last big show?
You talking about your new champion?
The title change? Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I like the guy.
Yeah, no, Kruger's great, but I feel like there's a part of that was somebody bringing bad press.
Probably.
Yeah.
WrestlePalooza is Saturday. Tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern, there will be a Road to special on the Deuce.
Tell me why I shouldn't hate that name.
Because it's an ECW thing?
I hated it then, too.
Yeah. Cena Lesnar will start the show.
Because Brock has a plane to catch.
The war.
Actually, you know what that really is? They're trying to cut off the tail end of something else.
The War and Treaty will be returning to perform God Bless America. They did it at Mania last year.
I thought it was 2 years ago.
So here's my thing. I ain't watching this. And let me tell you why. We talked about this a little bit last week, where the original thing was if you have ESPN over the air, you can get unlimited. I have YouTube TV. I am not leaving YouTube TV. I like YouTube TV. But YouTube TV is not on the list of providers that ESPN has said you have to be on all of a sudden. So then I looked into, they're doing the bundle where you get ESPN Plus or ESPN Unlimited, Hulu. I don't know if it's Plus Live TV or just Hulu.
Hulu and Plus Live TV.
For $30 a month for the first year. And then it goes up to $35 a month. Here's the problem. Ad supported.
Yep.
Go pound sand.
Yeah.
We're ad-free Disney Plus and ad-free Hulu.
Yeah, because we have Hulu Plus Live TV Premium. We're currently waiting to find out if we're in the getting that. But I can tell you, that's a secondary show to me.
Well, but they're also talking about now making it a bigger show down the road.
Well, I think that's really more of them counter-programming at this point, and they're not being very subtle about it.
And this is going to be, I think this will be a debacle.
I will be curious.
I believe that there are a number of people like me
that
are like, I already have ESPN. I pay for the sports package on YouTube TV, so I get all the ESPNs and I get my Red Zone.
The one thing I do appreciate about this is they're giving multiple days to even weeks in advance to say this will not be on that list. So it's not like it's a surprise. But I agree with you that it shouldn't be.
It's not going to be a surprise, but they're also not really being as transparent as I feel they should.
I don't think they even know at this point
to know that. It should be right there on Front Street, just so that we're clear.
Yeah.
If you have these providers, you can register your account and you're ready to rock and roll. I went to the app. I had to look for WrestlePalooza. Then I had to go to the actual thing, press play, and then it popped up on the screen. Click here to look at packages. So I clicked there, and then it went to my browser to tell me these were included. I was like, no, hard pass. And then I had to digging to find out about the different packages. So because I almost thought about it, you know what? If I can have what I have now and just add that $35 a month, I can deal with that for all of it. And I saw ad supported, and I said hard pass.
Yeah. What I like to look at it as is like when the network first became a thing, it's like, is this worth adding? Because you had the TV shows on your normal, and is the network worth it? Can I deal with that cost? Yes, no, there's your answer.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out this Saturday. Good, right, wrong, or indifferent.
I ain't going to be.
I will be.
There is talk of a plea in Italy next year now.
I could roll with that. I mean, as much as we go through all of that, you have Marcel Bartel, who, better known as El Grande Americano at this point, who spent a lot of time working in Italy and working those territories. Sorry?
One of them, anyway.
Yeah, that's also fair.
We had the Spider-Man meme.
Yes, we did. But the other aspect you had is if you go back to it, Italy was one of the territories that a young Sami Zayn and a young Kevin Steen went through when they were doing European tours, because there was a lot of Northern European guys that were working in those. So Italy was looking for other talent to come in.
On Shop, you can now get Frosted Yeets.
No.
Strike while the iron's hot, brother.
Well, while he's still a face.
Yeah. We have the official date for the Rumble.
Yeah.
January 31st.
Okay.
Which
it's what are we going to do? I mean, there's two ways about it, and I've told you two theories. Either Sammy wins it because it's there next year, and nothing happens, or we wait for 2 years because of Mania. We know it's coming. It's just a matter of which one. And boy, do I not want to get into that.
Yeah. I mean, the news of Mania in 27, it's old by now.
Yeah.
The question just is, the only thing that they have not said yet from Mania week is NXT. We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Well, did you see the other headline in that scope from Brett Lauderdale?
Well, I know that they want Austin in a match, and the final number depends on if they can get Rock for the main event.
Oh, I feel strongly that main event will wind up Roman Rock. My fantasy booking from years ago, where it's the true tribal chief aspect on the line. That is what's going to main event that. You can't tell me otherwise, because I don't know if you saw this. The company's getting a lot less money to do that, allegedly. They're getting an infinitely less amount of money than we thought to put Mania in Riyadh. Now, to be fair, they have done a progressively better job with those shows. And we have been calling for a Mania out of the country. However, that is not what we meant. Not at any point. Now, I will say there are a lot of great fans in the KSA. It just feels weird, especially when you had that piggybacking on Worlds Collide. And oh boy, did you catch that when they made that commercial during.
You told me about that, but you were right. The audio was edited by the time
So if you watched Worlds Collide live when they announced that, I don't know if it was because Thomas and Mack was a smaller venue or it was really close in, but those were some of the loudest boos and you sold out chants that I have ever heard in my entire life. But the other note I was talking about was Brett Lauderdale has allegedly been approached about doing GCW shows similar to how they do the Collective around there.
I did read that, yeah.
But he has said that there haven't been venues locked down, but he's not shutting the door to anything because the answer to all things
is money. I've only got a couple of WWE notes this week. I do not like the new theme song for El Grande Americano.
You know, I'm okay with it. I just love the fact that it's now over and people are celebrating it because the character, let me put it in this context. It's a ridiculous character, but the way it's being portrayed is giving it respect. I
like the Tejano Stars and Stripes Forever. I just do.
That's fair, but I don't think this is bad.
Dadgummit. Also, we have another winner-take-all match on NXT next week.
Which is not going to be winner-take-all because we already know what the booking's going to be.
Well, we'll see.
Well, do you disagree that the booking is going to be that match turns into absolute bedlam with all of TNA jumping them?
I think it turns into a triple threat.
I don't think it turns into a triple threat because we already have the other match set for TNA between Santana and Trick.
Yeah.
I think Santana is the first one that shows up, and then the rest of the locker room just descends, and it turns into a no contest.
And I thought War Games was a good show. I mean, Homecoming was a good show overall.
It was a feel-good story. We wish our best to Tiffany Stratton. We know she was injured and couldn't make it. In that same vein, though, did you see Big E blowing up Xavier Woods on an interview? That was funny.
And one quick note for Impact. The System has a new theme music, and it was done by Chris Bay. He was a contributor to that. Yeah.
Well, he's always been musically involved.
I normally don't go into this kind of a thing. All Out is this also this Saturday. It's going to open with FTR versus CNC. And we also want to send our best to Will Ospreay, who has come through his surgery. Mm-hmm. Last weekend, MJF and Alicia Atut got married. He went back to work. She went to a Blink-182 concert.
Complaining, but yes.
Yeah, her tweet was fantastic.
Oh, they equally give each other crap, and it's hilariously adorable.
I read some reports that apparently people were taking pictures from the social media of the family and reposting it. Unfortunately, you can lock that stuff down and there's still ways around it.
Yeah.
I am coming out being very anti this.
Anti people digging into the photos, I assume?
No, people taking the photos and then reposting.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I wanted to make sure that you clarified that it wasn't you were against the idea of the privacy of a public figure. You were anti people taking others' photos to publicize. Yes.
Do I feel that maybe it should have been a little bit more clear to the guests? Hey, can you hold off a little bit on posting some of this stuff? Maybe. But
I
if
don't
you
know
are
that
not
that's
the person that owns the photo or have permission from said person to repost said photo, that's bad form.
I see it from the other side where they're excited. They want to share the photos of where they are. I know I post photos if I go to a wedding.
No, and I'm saying you
doing
that. I'm talking about people unrelated.
The ones that take it. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's bad form.
Absolutely. That's personal invasion.
Right. And we're seeing, we talk about the issue that Rhea Ripley had overseas.
I saw the video and it infuriated me, but I want to give credit to the company. They now send security on those runs.
And they have to. And it's sad. But it is what it is. Respect people. But people just, again, don't be first, be right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Which unfortunately can now get you canceled. But we're not going to go into that.
You and I can talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I do know we're going to get into that, and we did mention a lot of the different moving parts with it. I thought Lyra was a good pivot at Homecoming for the injury. The moment of the double devil's kiss and Booker having to be fanned. As much as I hate that spot when he's being creepy, it was played funny this time.
Did you wonder if Lyra was like, hey, don't really want to do that spot?
No, I think it was more along the line
outside the ring.
Well, no, I think that was purely a space factor because it is sold by the recipient's hands selling it on the mat. I think they wouldn't have the space for it. But I really dug that. I really, really want the War Games to be given. If we can't build anything else, I want the War Games to go back to NXT. Give us the NXT versus TNA in War Games, or make it
that in addition to. I think.
Well, I was about to say, or add that onto the card the way we had it that year, where War Games was all three brands.
Yeah. Well, I also think maybe it's you get an NXT plea that weekend with their War Games.
Well, you know what I'd really actually book? Make it more simple. And you're probably gonna be surprised that I say this because I'm the one that has shouted it down for a number of years. Give me the classic Survivor match, the 5-on-5 eliminator match that is the Survivor Series match. Give me Raw versus SmackDown. Give me NXT versus TNA. Or you know what? Give me NXT versus TNA versus AAA.
I also think they need to do kind of a variation on what TNA has done. If you're going to do this TNA belts and NXT, but you're not going to do it the other way around.
Mm-hmm. JC Jane sucks. I'm sorry.
Winner take all.
Well, you unify the belts. That's what you're going to do.
5, and the winning team all becomes number one contenders for their respective belts.
I was thinking that for the War Games.
That's what I'm saying. Do that as either your War Games or your Survivor Series match.
Yeah, I was saying make that the War Games stipulation. Let the 5-on-5 be something else. Like if you are the sole survivor, that way you could also play some heelish tactics of knocking out your own teammate. Think, was it Triple H hitting somebody, Shane, with the pedigree during that one so that he was eliminated? You could have some heelish storytelling there. So whoever survives in that one becomes the number one contender, while your next up comes from the War Games.
There's got to be some equity. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even know if it's equity as much. And let me rephrase. I don't know if it's so much equity in the belts as much as the representation, because we've already gotten word that Joe Hendry is officially WWE as of 2026.
Yeah.
So giving him the screen time isn't quite the same. Give Santana some shine. Let him, and I know this is going to be unpopular, let him beat Javon Evans, because everybody gets to, apparently. Let him let the system take on Hank and Tank, even though Dark State has the belts, and let TNA get those wins. I'm cool with that, because we have said it's one of the things we like about AEW. It's not as much, regardless of how they advertise it, it's not as much about the wins and losses as much as the journey of getting there and showing us. It's how Kyle Fletcher kept losing, but now he's in the position that he is because he puts on a great match. And boy, did he crush it during Dynamite.
I don't think he wins on Saturday.
I don't either. But I think I have a oh my God, it's been so long, a fantasy booking for that. I think Takeshita winds up costing him, because the stipulation is that he gets stripped of the TNT title. I think Takeshita, in his face turn, interferes, maybe not necessarily to his benefit, or an accidental mistake that costs him the match. But with that stipulation, then the TNT belt gets removed because Takeshita is still in the family. But then you tell the story of, well, it shouldn't count because Takeshita's out. And then you just have this look of, what do you mean I'm out? And then they all jump it. There's your face turn.
You know what I miss? Nobody's done in a long time.
What's that?
If I'm Hangman Adam Page, and I want to make sure that the Don Callis family's not involved.
Remember friend of the show, Hangman Adam Page?
Do what?
Friend of the show,
yes.
Hangman Adam Page?
What happened to the old days where you just took a forklift and parked it in front of the doors?
Oh, they did that last year at one point, did they not?
I don't think so.
I think they did something like that either last year or the year before, but I know exactly what you mean. I love it.
Anarchy in the Arena, but I don't know that they ever did the bit where they blocked.
I think they did a Death Riders angle where it was through the wall.
I miss that.
Yeah, some clever storytelling.
The Wile E. Coyote stuff. I miss that. You know?
Oh, you want the best way to do that, but it only works with the Young Bucks with how they're telling it right now. Nick Jackson is so in love with slot machines, he has them installed, doesn't realize he installs them in front of the door.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we got that covered. We're going to be excited for a big weekend that we're going to report on, even if we may not see all of it.
Yeah. QR code, Scan it, get all the things. You can follow me on your social medias if you like. Everything is Yes That Rob Irvin. That's spelled ERVIN.
I am Bexploit on all social media. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to prowrestlingtees.com/the Cheap Popcast. We've got a lot of different designs, a lot of different color options within those designs. If you're an artist and want to suggest a tweak, make a design for us to sell. If it is up there and it sells shirts, you will get 100% of the proceeds. And you can send those to alex@theclubhousepodcast.com.
The official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions is Don Ford. You can follow him on Twitter at Igbunu, IGBUNUUU. You can also email him if you'd like us to come do a live show for you. We love doing live remote shows and hanging out with the Empire. He is Don at theclubhousepodcast.com.
Should we mention anything about a potential live show yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's not locked down yet.
That's why I asked.
You can email me, questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I'm Rob at theclubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall's on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Our normal show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Thanks a lot to Brent Peoples for being with us tonight. Had a great time with him, as we always do. So until next time, for Alex, for Don, for Brent, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed, and I got nothing new to say about Brittany Palmer because she's been kind of quiet.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.